Darkcast Network, indie pods with a dark side.
Fun fact, it wasn't until March of 2020 when Walmart ended their reign of being open 24 hours a day. I miss those days. I got to go out and shop without, other people. Unfortunately, we all know that the weirdos don't really have a set time of day that they like to choose out and come and grace the world with their presence. No. People will forever make it weird at Walmart. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's been a minute.
It has. I'm excited to do this again. And you're much braver than me. I never went to Walmart in the late hours because I started watching Dateline at a very young age, and my mom instilled a very healthy fear in me of going places by myself after dark that I still hold to this day. So I never experienced that because I was too scared to go.
Well, see, I never went alone, and
Okay.
Truth be told, I probably was one of the weirdest ones there anyway, so I wasn't worried about it.
You weird. Also, to be honest, reading through these was like, I've never experienced anything like this at a Walmart. Maybe we're just not in a weird enough place.
And you would think Austin of all places, though.
I know, but we're kind of on like, we're not in the heart of it. Maybe if we were like at a downtown Walmart, it would be different.
Maybe.
Who knows? But before we get into our inevitable fits of laughter at the shenanigans of people who clearly don't make the best life choices, let's hear our riddle for the day. What do you bury when it's alive and dig up when it's dead? Stay tuned to the end to find out the answer. We're also not going to be using full names this round either. Preserve a little dignity, if at all possible.
Oh, Florida man strikes again. This time with a masterclass in what not to do when you're looking to enhance your criminal resume. Enter Florida man Dan, as we'll call him, a 53-year-old who decided his day just wasn't exciting enough without a little Walmart shoplifting. Because, nothing screams thrill seeker like stealing a bike pump. Dan, bless his heart, thought he could outsmart Walmart security with his brilliant plan. Here's how it went down. He pedals his bike, well, kind of, since the tire was flatter than his decision-making skills, right up to a Walmart in Largo. Clearly, the flat tire was foreshadowing for the train wreck to come. He casually strolls inside, probably whistling his theme song, Bad Decisions Are Us, and shoves $35.88 worth of bike accessories under his shirt. Smooth, right? Wrong. He might as well have been wearing a neon sign that said, "Look, I'm totally stealing." Unsurprisingly, Walmart security spotted him immediately because apparently Dan's subtlety is on par with a clown at a funeral. Throwback to our last one. They called the cops faster than you can say rollback, and our boy was busted before he could even reinflate his dignity. When confronted, Dan confessed, "I'm not good at shoplifting." No kidding, buddy. You also seem to be equally terrible at the tire maintenance and life choices in general.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. This isn't Dan's first performance in the Walmart theater of bad decisions. Turns out he's got a history of stealing sandwiches, drinks, and who knows what else. A parrot? Probably. It's Florida.
Anything goes, yeah.
And the last time he got caught, he was carrying some fentanyl and drug paraphernalia because, of course, he was.
Yeah.
Now Dan's facing a felony charge, all for less than $40 of bike gear. Dan, if you're listening to this, here's some unsolicited career advice. Stick to hobbies that don't involve breaking the law. Maybe take up knitting. At least then, the only thing you'll get tangled in is yarn.
Right. And maybe you'll actually be good at that. Like if you're not even good at shoplifting, I don't know, maybe stop doing it.
It's just a suggestion.
Also, all for like $38 worth of bike equipment. Really?
$35. I mean,
It wasn't even anything good.
No.
No.
Not even worth it.
No, that's what I was going to say. I was like, it's not even worth the risk. Like,
No.
it's a boring thing to steal. But, whatever, Dan. Good luck, Dan. Oh, Thanksgiving. The time for gratitude, turkey, and apparently a knife fight over a Walmart parking spot. Because nothing says holiday spirit like our two subjects, CJ, age 35, and Ron, age 61, duking it out in the parking lot of Claypool Hill's finest discount retailer. So here's the setup. These two visionaries, hailing from Virginia, thought it would be a genius idea to beat the Black Friday crowds by heading to Walmart on Thanksgiving evening. Sacrilegious? Absolutely. But that's just the appetizer. The drama unfolds when both men roll up at the exact same time and set their sights on the same parking spot. Clearly, the most valuable square of asphalt in town. What starts as a verbal spat quickly escalates when Ron decides to up the ante by whipping out a rifle. Yes, a rifle. Because what's a little holiday shopping without heavy artillery? Are we sure this wasn't in Texas?
Really?
Yeah, this is what I would be scared of in Texas. Not to be outdone, CJ takes the Thanksgiving Smackdown challenge and charges at Ron. But Ron's got a secret weapon, a knife, and delivers a slice so deep it goes down to the bone. That's right. These guys skipped over pumpkin pie and went straight to bone carving. When the cops showed up, they were treated to the Thanksgiving equivalent of a WWE showdown. The aftermath? Ron gets slapped with malicious wounding and brandishing a firearm, while CJ earns himself a disorderly conduct, and assault, and battery charge. Bravo, gentlemen. Bravo. Oh, and did I mention? Both these holiday heroes were released on $5,000 bond to their presumably proud families. Nothing says grateful like bailing out your relative after a Walmart brawl. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
God. You gotta give him some credit. Like, he had a rifle waved around in his face. And he still charged at him like, you're not going down without a fight. Yeah, but then, out of nowhere, knife, hi.
I think I would be running the opposite direction, not towards.
This right here is why I park in the back of the parking lot and walk my ass up.
Yeah, was this spot front row, primo park? How? No parking spot is worth this.
No parking spot's worth getting stabbed over. Just saying.
Also, nothing could ever make me go shopping on Thanksgiving Day. What did they need that was so important?
Don't you remember how crazy shopping used to be years ago? Yeah, no.
And it still is in some areas, at the outlet malls and stuff, and I don't understand. That just looks like the most miserable time on the planet to me. That's why Amazon and online stores exist. We don't need...
No. See, the week leading up to Thanksgiving shopping is already crazy. When we had to go get groceries, I don't leave my house once the day before Thanksgiving until a few days after Thanksgiving.
No, let everything calm down, and then I'll just go do what I need to do. It's like battling down for a really bad storm or the ice storm or something. You just kind of prepare everything you need.
Yep. Exactly.
Don't go anywhere until all the crazies are back home.
If you're lucky. Oh, speaking of Black Friday, a cherished American tradition where people trample each other for discounts they don't need. But in 2011, at a Buckeye, Arizona Walmart, it wasn't just deals getting crushed. It was a 54-year-old California man we'll call JJ, who became the unfortunate star of the Holiday Chaos Sweepstakes. This is what I'm talking about. It's like this crazy shit. Like, oh, hell no.
Mm-mm.
So picture this. JJ is in the middle of a video game stampede that can only be described as holy chaos. Shout out to the witness who nailed the vibe.
Yeah.
Shoppers are going full feral, clawing at game pallets like it's the last food source on Earth. Amid the madness, JJ, concerned for his 8-year-old grandson caught in the fray, does the unthinkable. He sticks 2 video games in his pants, not to steal, but to free his hands to save the kid. Heroic, right? Well, not to everyone. A Walmart worker spotted JJ's pants-based game storage solution and decided he needed to meet Officer Kev, a man with a 2006 excessive force disciplinary record. Kev, doing security duty that night, was apparently not in the mood for explanations. After a brief exchange, Officer Kev handcuffed JJ, executed a textbook leg sweep, because nothing says holiday spirit like a WWE move, and slammed him to the floor.
That's insane.
The result? JJ was knocked out cold, blood streaming from his head, while horrified shoppers recorded the scene on their phones. One video, captured by a CNN reporter, quickly racked up over 355,000 views. Meanwhile, JJ, dazed and bleeding, got arrested for shoplifting, a charge that never stuck. Fast forward through lawsuits, a $500,000 demand, and Buckeye's inevitable facepalm moment, and JJ walks away with $30,000. Sure, it's a fraction of what he asked for, but at least it's something. Unlike Officer Kev, who was cleared of wrongdoing because apparently Black Friday justice operates on its own bizarre logic.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No. So let this be a lesson. If you're shopping on Black Friday, bring elbow pads, a helmet, and maybe a lawyer on speed dial. And whatever you do, don't put video games in your pants.
This poor grandpa. He's just trying to make sure his grandkid doesn't get trampled.
Oh.
Honestly, it's smart. It's like, cool, I have what I need. I'm just going to shove it here for a sec, get my kid out of this mess, and like, we'll be on our way.
Be on our way. Oh, but no, Officer Kev was like, not on my watch, and goes all Shawn Michaels on him.
He was looking for a fight, is what he was doing. He was like, I have to work on Black Friday. I'm pissed. This sucks. And I don't want to hear it.
But I mean, he already had some previous charges, so
right.
That's just kind of his mentality year round, it sounds like. So.
And the fact that he had previous charges and then does something like this to an innocent bystander and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Like I said, it doesn't surprise me.
No.
I wish it did, but we've heard enough of these at this point that it's like, yeah, okay. Of course nothing happened to him. That's just poor grandpa.
Yep.
And what was the video game? Do we know?
I don't know what the video games were.
Popular video games 2011 Thanksgiving. Elder Scrolls, Skyrim's, Batman, Arkham City, Portal 2, Uncharted 3, Legend of Zelda.
There's a whole slew of what it could have been then.
Yeah, it could have been any of those. Oh man, we're back to Florida. This episode has been very Florida heavy, and I am here for it. So yeah, Florida, where even grocery shopping is a contact sport. This one is insane. This time, the battleground was the express lane at Walmart, where our very own grumpy old man, 77-year-old Walter, took it upon himself to become the unofficial item enforcer extraordinaire. His nemesis? Jack, a 65-year-old shopper who dared to roll through the 20 items or less lane with more than 20 items. Scandalous. I could never.
No.
I could never. Walter, clearly armed with a sharp eye and a whole lot of free time, decided to play checkout cop. He began counting the offending items in Jack's motorized shopping cart, presumably like he was conducting a full grocery audit. Once he confirmed the heinous overage, he didn't just quietly judge Jack like the rest of us would. No. He unleashed his inner rage monster, declaring Jack unworthy of express lane privileges. When Jack told him to chill out, Walter escalated to the next level of retail aggression. He rammed his shopping cart into Jack because nothing says respect the rules like vehicular grocery assault. Walmart employees promptly booted Walter from the store, probably with a collective sigh of typical Tuesday in Florida. But he wasn't done yet. No. Walter stormed back inside, fist raised, ready for round 2 of this aisle-side showdown. Police later noted in their report that Walter appeared out of control. No kidding. He now faces a felony battery charge, which just might make him think twice before waging another crusade against overstocked carts. Or not. It is Florida, after all. But it's funny because I understand his frustration because I too would be like, what the fuck? But I wouldn't do anything about it. But how many items over are we talking here?
For real. That's what I was wondering. Are we talking 5 or 15?
It would have had to be a noticeable amount because...
But he's also in a motorized shopping cart. You can't exactly hold a shit ton of things in there.
You can't.
Unless there's a ton of little tiny ones, and then whatever, those go really fast. It's fine. Just as I wrote, just judge silently like the rest of us.
Also, maybe he was in a hurry and Jack was in front of him, and so he was pissed because this dude was in the express lane with more items than he should have been, and Walter's in a hurry to get somewhere, and so, just rage. Sounds like poor Walter was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
And just chose violence.
Yes, he did.
Instead of just silently bitching like everybody else.
The rest of us would do. Yep.
Oh, poor Walter.
Walmart really is the place you can buy anything. Except apparently someone else's child. That particular memo didn't seem to reach Becky, a 49-year-old Texas woman who decided a Walmart self-checkout was the perfect spot to negotiate her way into parenthood. Becky allegedly approached a mom with her baby and 1-year-old son in tow and made the kind of offer you'd expect in a mob movie. $250,000 cash for the kid. Bold. Oh. When the mom tried to laugh off what she hoped was a terrible joke, Becky doubled down, explaining she had the money in her car and was serious. And if that wasn't unsettling enough, Becky reportedly upped the ante to $500,000 in the parking lot because clearly she thought babies were just another Black Friday deal waiting to be sealed.
Not so much, no.
At some point during the bizarre exchange, Becky and her accomplice magically learned the child's name because stalking really rounds out the whole I'm not creepy package. Yeah. And began calling him by it. Pro tip, when trying to convince someone to sell you their baby, don't act like you've already memorized his monogram.
Yeah, no.
Eventually, Becky stormed off into her black SUV, leaving the mom rattled but unharmed. When police later showed up at Becky's house, she delivered an Oscar-worthy performance, ranting about her disdain for thieves and telling the officers to get off her precipice before slamming the door.
precipice.
Literally, okay.
Okay.
Classy.
Using big words doesn't make you sound better, but okay.
Becky now faces a third-degree felony charge for attempting to purchase a child, which could earn her up to 10 years in prison and a hefty fine. Let's hope that while she's there, she learns that babies are not a cash or credit situation. Like, I threaten to sell my children all the time, but like in the privacy of my own house.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not true. I think I've said it once in public and made somebody laugh, but I'm never going to follow through with it. Like, I went through all the trouble. I'm keeping them, despite how crazy they make me.
Like I noted, when I first read this, I thought she was trying to sell her child. Yeah. Like, that's where I thought this was going. And I was like, I get it. Like, I understand your pain, but you can't do that. No. But to go up to somebody and be like, no, I'll buy your kid from you. Like, let's do this. Let's make it happen. What?
Did she really think that the mom was going to be like, $250,000? Okay, here you go. Here's a diaper bag. See ya. I'm going to freaking Hawaii. Like, no, it's not how that works.
They're like, I don't know you. Go through the adoption process or foster or,
So many children out there that need a home.
So many other options than just going up to a random woman in Walmart and trying to buy her child.
There's legitimate ways of acquiring somebody else's child.
And then what is this disdain for thieves? What is...
I don't know, man. I just work here. I don't know.
I was crying. I was like, disdain for thieves. You're
ma'am.
Criminal.
No, she's not a thief, though.
She's not.
She was
trying
to pay.
I'm not like one of those damn thieves that just steal kids. I was trying to buy it.
Pay, yeah.
Get off my precipice. Oh, man.
I don't know.
I don't either. Speaking of parents and children, the multitasking skills that a modern parent must have. Mommy Dearest, 35, decided to tackle a few errands in the most chaotic way possible, leaving her 16-month-old baby in a taxi while she popped into Walmart to return items she didn't even buy. Because why let a little thing like logic get in the way of a productive day? There's no reason to do that. Once inside, Mommy Dearest allegedly grabbed 2 razors worth a whopping $330. Those are some fancy razors. Yeah. She then marched to customer service and smoothly scored a gift card for her totally legitimate return. The scheme was perfect, if you don't count the part where Walmart security was watching her every move. They stopped her, called the cops, and soon discovered that her accessories included drug paraphernalia because of course.
Because of course they did.
Because of course it did. But the real kicker? On the way to the station, police got a call that Mommy Dearest had forgotten her toddler in the taxi outside. Yes, the poor kid was left hanging out in the back seat while Mom executed her high-stakes heist for free Walmart bucks. Authorities quickly stepped in, placing the child with grandparents, who hopefully don't think gift cards are a parenting tool. Mommy Dearest now faces charges for theft by deception, that's fancy, drug paraphernalia possession, and possibly winning the Bad Decision Olympics. Released on bail, one can only hope she's rethinking her approach to errands. Maybe next time, don't steal the items from the same place you're trying to con for a refund during the same trip.
Yep.
Like, this is definitely a thing that people do.
Oh, for sure.
But they're not stealing it and then immediately going to the customer service counter to get a refund.
No.
You got to be a little smoother than that.
In our previous Walmart shenanigan conversations, we've talked about some questionable getaway cars. I think a taxi. This is the first taxi that we've had.
I know. I mean, we've seen like Ubers and stuff like that.
Seen an Uber.
But never a taxi. Yeah, and a wheelchair. I wonder where this was. Where was it?
New Jersey.
Okay, so I was like, it must have been a busier city, like a bigger city, to have taxis because that's not really a normal thing in a lot of places.
So let's be honest. When was the last time you had a normal shopping trip at Walmart? Like, there's nothing crazy like this, but there's always something, right?
Or something.
This one certainly won't be anywhere in that realm. Okay, so meet JoJo, the 28-year-old man who turned a routine pharmacy visit in Ridgeland, Mississippi into a full-blown episode of What is Happening Right Now? It all started innocently enough. JoJo bought some syringes at the pharmacy. So far, so good, right? Okay. But then he decided syringes weren't enough and attempted to break into the secure area to steal controlled narcotics. When a pharmacy tech tried to stop him, JoJo responded the way any reasonable person would, by stabbing the tech in the hand with one of his shiny new needles. Ouch.
Ow.
But wait, there's more. If things weren't chaotic enough, JoJo then grabbed a bottle of hydrogen peroxide and drank it. Why? Your guess is as good as anyone's, but apparently hydration options in the pharmacy were limited. I don't know. Not satisfied with his indoor antics, JoJo took the show outside, where he forcibly removed a 55-year-old woman from her car in an unarmed carjacking attempt. Fortunately for everyone, this was when the police finally showed up. JoJo, clearly not ready for his grand finale, ran back into the Walmart before being identified and taken into custody. The pharmacy tech got checked out at the hospital and is fine, though probably rethinking career choices.
Yeah.
The carjacking victim wasn't physically hurt, but is undoubtedly telling her friends she's never parking near the front again. See, I told you, park in the back.
Yeah, park in the back.
Meanwhile, JoJo now has a new address at the Madison County Detention Center, hopefully far away from syringes and hydrogen peroxide.
I don't understand the hydrogen peroxide, like at all. And I feel like that would be really dehydrating.
And disgusting.
Yeah, this man was clearly on something.
Most of them are.
No, not in their right mind.
No.
At all. That poor tech. Like, I'm just trying to work my shift, man.
Then at least it was a brand new syringe and not a yucky
Thank God.
used one.
That's true.
Small miracles.
That's
silver
true.
lining, if you will.
That is a really big, shiny silver lining. At least it was clean, because that would be a whole different situation. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Oh God, this next one.
I know. Oh,
Florida
Walmart.
just doesn't disappoint.
No, Florida never disappoints. Sorry, Florida. It's not our fault, okay?
We love you. We love you.
We love you because you give us really good stories. And it makes me feel a little better about Texas. Not gonna lie. Just, yeah. Walmart in Florida, where the deals are great, and apparently so are the ceiling crawl spaces. Shoppers in Pasco County, Florida, got an unexpected show when a man decided to ditch the aisles and go for a Spider-Man audition in the store's rafters. Workers spotted him crawling around up there around 1 p.m. and called 911, because that's not exactly a standard part of your shift. Deputies arrived and kindly asked ceiling guy to come down. He refused, because why ruin the fun of being Florida's weirdest Walmart story that day? After some failed negotiations, the officers decided to up the ante and brought out the tasers. Shockingly, pun intended, that finally got him down. The store was evacuated and closed for hours while deputies dealt with this bizarre incident. As for why this man decided the Walmart ceiling was the place to be, investigators are still scratching their heads. Drugs? Mental health? A misguided search for Black Friday deals? The possibilities are endless. But remember, guys, drugs are bad. The man, whose name hasn't been released, was unarmed, taken to the hospital, and at least for now, not facing any charges. But hey, at least he made Walmart history in the most Florida way possible. But, like, how?
Well, I mean, he probably the aisles, climbed on top of the very top of the aisle, and then there's the rafters and
Like
the
a
beams,
monkey?
and it could have been one of those different lower ceilinged Walmarts.
True.
There's so many. There's so many.
There's so many varieties of Walmarts.
And again, as I said in the beginning, there's no discrepancy in their timing of when they're going to make shit weird. This was 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Let's make it weird. Why? That's not like there's any goods up there.
Maybe there was a pigeon up there.
That's what I was going to say. Because sometimes, birds fly in and hang out up there. So maybe that's what it was. Wow. I mean, impressive acrobatics, really. That could have ended much worse for him.
Oh, boy. I'm going to start off by saying I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry for the puns in this one coming up. In what can only be described as the most utterly ridiculous crime of the week, an 18-year-old man in a cow suit decided to make a midnight snack run at a Virginia Walmart. Except he didn't just grab some cheese or yogurt. Oh, no. He went straight for the big prize. 26 gallons of milk. Why 26? Who knows? Maybe he was trying to start a dairy farm? Get a little head start?
No.
Around 10:35 p.m., the man, dressed as a cow, yes, an actual cow, allegedly strolled into the Walmart and made off with all that liquid gold. But here's the twist. He didn't just make a smooth getaway. No. He decided to crawl out of the store, presumably to really sell the cow vibe, like a stealthy bovine on a mission. Things got even weirder when he took his show outside. Instead of just keeping the milk for himself, he started handing it out to random people. Maybe he was spreading some kind of dairy-based joy? The whole milk for all movement?
I mean, milk is really expensive these days.
It really is. Liquid gold for a reason.
Uh-huh.
Naturally, his master plan fell apart quickly. The costume didn't cover his face very well, so someone recognized him at a nearby McDonald's. Classic rookie move. Police later found the cow suit chilling in his car, proving once again that the getaway vehicle is just as important as the disguise. While we may never fully understand the deep philosophical reason behind this milk heist, we can only assume he was trying to move the community with his dairy donations. Robin Hood who?
Bravo.
I'm going to take some free milk these days. Just saying. I'm not going to say no. Although, actually, if someone dressed in a cow suit, crawling on all fours, handing me a gallon of milk at a Walmart at 10:30 at night, that might make me go, I'm good. I'm going to drink water.
I feel like, what did you do to this, though? Check for puncture marks. Make sure the lid is still sealed.
I'm just going to place it down and back away slowly.
You good, bro?
Maybe moo at him a couple of times just so I'm trying to communicate.
And the fact that he went from the Walmart to the McDonald's.
Yeah.
So is that somebody who was at Walmart and saw him and then just happened to also go to McDonald's afterward and was like, hey, I just saw that guy in the cow costume at Walmart handing out milk to people in the parking lot. And how is he crawling on all fours with all of this milk?
Maybe he's pushing the cart with his head, or he's dragging, he's got here we go. He's got a rope tied to him, dragging one of those little baskets behind him.
Or a cart, a real cow in a field that pulls shit,
Do cows pull shit?
Maybe they did back in the day. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I'm not a farmer.
He must really like cows.
We've said it before. Drugs are bad, okay?
or just really bored.
Okay, I was about to say that's wrong of me to assume that he's automatically on drugs because, boredom really makes the weird people do stranger things.
Weird people do weird stuff when they're bored.
Weird people do weird stuff when they're not bored, but it's worse when they're bored. I'm not speaking from experience or anything.
No, not me, never.
No, never me.
That couldn't be me.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay. In a story that could only be described as truly out of this world, a man and his son have been arrested for allegedly kidnapping the man's ex-wife and forcing her to undergo an impromptu exorcism in Stockton, because nothing says family bonding like a little demon hunting, right? I mean, I'd do it.
Supernatural went there.
Right. I think it's fine. Meet Harry, 42, and his son Lloyd, 20. The duo allegedly invited the ex-wife, let's call her Mary, to meet at a local Walmart with the promise of discussing their oh-so-peaceful family reconciliation. But surprise! Once Mary hopped into the car, she was immediately taken on a detour to pick up not one, but two priests. Just your average father-son bonding activity. Nothing weird there. Apparently, the men had decided that the changes Mary had been making in her life weren't signs of personal growth, but rather signs that she was possessed by demons. So, naturally, the logical thing to do was to purify her with sacred oil in a good old religious ritual. Spoiler alert, no demons were expelled, but Mary made it out physically unharmed after her roommate reported the kidnapping, of course. According to a neighbor, Harry was always a real gem, working hard 6 days a week and raising his 2 middle school-aged kids. He was described as a nice guy who you never expect to get caught up in something like, well, kidnapping and exorcising his ex-wife. Go figure. It's always the nice ones. It's always the nice ones that are up to the weird shit.
Yep.
Both father and son faced kidnapping and false imprisonment charges, and Harry was also in trouble for a detainment order from the U.S. Border Patrol. Because if you're going to be a suspect in an exorcism gone wrong, you might as well pile on some federal charges for fun, right? Let's just hope the courtroom wasn't possessed too when the father-son duo appeared in court.
This would make me never want to ever set foot near a Walmart parking lot again. I'm going to go to Walmart and then just...
Why Walmart? You could have done this anywhere. And who were the priests that decided to be involved in this kidnapping exorcism scheme?
For real.
Were they even real priests?
That's kind of... I don't know about that.
Questionable.
I mean, were they aware that they were going to Walmart or they were, going to be picking her up at... Okay, maybe they were. Like just for shits and giggles, maybe they were. Maybe they had no idea that they, lured this poor woman to fucking Walmart and then, went and picked these guys up. Maybe it was like, okay, we're all going to come and we're going to pick you up and it'll be nice. And
is that how priests talk? I really like it.
Listen, that just came out. I had no control over that.
And I also love the whole, it couldn't be that she's just trying to better herself and maybe she's outgrown this relationship or it's not serving her anymore. No, she's definitely possessed. That's the only logical reason why.
For sure.
It couldn't be you, Harry. It couldn't be anything you're doing.
No, of course not.
This definitely doesn't give any red flags to what else is going on in the relationship. We will definitely be posting some shorts from this amazing lineup on socials. This was fantastic. And if any of you dear listeners, have Walmart stories or any other funny criminal stories or any stories, feel free to send them to us by either using the contact form on our website at weirdtruecrime.com or just email them to us directly at weirdtruecrime@gmail.com. Go follow us on all the things. We post fun stuff. We need to post more memes again.
I've been slacking on sending those to you, haven't I? No, I haven't.
You haven't. You send them. I'm just slacking at actually posting them on the socials.
Together, Gina.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, ADHD only gets me so far. Okay? Okay, I can only do so much. But definitely follow us. Make sure you're subscribed on all the things. Tell us your thoughts. We want to talk to you. We like talking to our listeners because most of them are, pretty weird like us. So that's why we're a great little community here.
I don't know about you. I've had my fill for Walmart for a while. I mean, maybe if I have to subject myself to it, because I do have to go there for a couple of things for some late, last minute Christmas shopping, maybe I can witness something to share here in a future episode. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Your own personal tale.
My own personal recount. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, before we depart and count our blessings, we have higher IQs than goldfish. Let's hear our riddle one more time. What do you bury when it's alive and dig up when it's dead? The answer? A plant. Yes, I totally had my fellow crazy plant lady in mind for that one.
Yep.
Let us know if you figured it out, or if you have a riddle you'd like us to use in a future episode.
Absolutely. I would love to get listener riddles. That would be so fun. And that's why I knew what it was. I was like, oh, wow.
You actually, yeah. No, I was like, whenever I was going through my list to choose which one, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give this one to her.
It's like, I'll give her any. Do you want? Look, I might have a higher IQ than a goldfish, but that doesn't mean I'm that clever. Okay. Okay. Well, we've got some big stories coming up for you. Big. That we are very excited about. So make sure that you are subscribed because we've got some follow-ups on things that we've already covered and some new stuff coming your way that we're excited and very emotional about. So make sure you're following us. And until next time, stay safe.
Stay out of Walmart and make good choices.
Bye. Target's better. Okay, bye.